Okay, here we are for the after the meeting chat.
Hi,
Hello.
My name's Robin.
my name's Irene.
Hi, my name's Nancy.
Hi, my name is Mindy.
And we're going to talk about beating the winter blues. Things that are different than the typical things you see online, and some of the things that we've shared with each other and amongst our friends that help with beating those blues that sneak up on you when you're not looking.
Yeah.
So anybody want to start? Anybody doing anything interesting this year? I know that Irene, you're working on the healing walk. That's been something that you do every month.
Every month, every third Saturday of the month, I guide a healing walk, and we meet basically at Laurel Woods. But I've been switching it up a little bit to make it more interesting, and I do it every month.
What were you saying that at the end of the walk? Even Fern was mentioning that at the end of something like that, people usually say something. They don't feel as alone afterwards.
Well, they come in and they're shy and they don't know what to say. And as we walk, you start seeing everybody talking to the person next to them, and you can start seeing smiles on their faces. And at the end, they say, "This was great because I know I'm not alone now."
Mm-hmm.
And this is where we can. It's healing for anybody. Outdoors heals.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an outdoors person, and it heals me. And that's where you can take your mask off, and you can be who you want to be. No judgment. And you talk about your loved ones constantly, and you say the same stories, and we don't judge.
And nobody minds because
And
that's why
nobody-
everybody's there.
Because we have no new
We're
stories
going
to
through
tell.
the same thing. Yeah.
And it gets them outdoors. I mean, the few of the people or moms that have been at my walks have never walked or even have been on a hike, and they love it.
Mm-hmm.
And they ask, when are we going to do it again?
What should people wear?
Well, very good sneakers, or
Yes.
if you have a hiking boot. If we go out in the cold, you want to layer up a little bit, but we don't walk fast. I mean, I respect that, and we just go casually and we talk and stuff.
And we do rest. We do rest if
We
we
do
need
rest,
to,
and I
if we need
encourage
to.
everybody to stop, take pictures, and talk.
Mhm.
And it can last for an hour and a half. The last one we did was up at Garrett Mountain. Mindy, you can talk about that one. You loved it.
I made it. I
She
made up
hiked
that.
up a mountain.
Yes, I did for the first time. I was so proud.
Nice.
So proud. And I said, when are we going to do this again?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Nice. And we were talking with Parks and Recreation and the community center, all the things that they offer there. There's something. There must be. They have a large calendar. There's something to do every week over there.
Yeah.
It's all about
So if you're looking for something to do,
like,
there's all you have to do is right here in the township. Is
Yeah.
look for something
Like-
happening at the community center,
right.
and you have instant friends. You have instant people
Instant,
to
yes.
communicate
You make a
with,
lot
and
more people.
everyone's
friends,
there for
yeah.
the same reason, whatever it is that you choose.
Mm-hmm.
But
Like
they
Nancy, you
also
were talking
say like
about-
the opposite of addiction is connection.
Mm-hmm.
So I think even with Irene and your group, it's all about connecting. Community connecting, I think, is very, very important because it makes you feel like you belong to something. You're working towards a bigger goal. You're outside of yourself. And like when you're going through maybe some lonely down times in the summer because we're inside, we're not getting as much sunshine. Getting out of yourself and connecting with other people really is like the gold medal of how to survive. Like when you're feeling down and blue, it's to not to focus on yourself, to be with a group of people and connect, and you have shared experiences, shared grief, problems, whatever. We're all on the planet together, and it's when we come together that's where the healing is.
Yes.
It's not even so much what the activity is. You could play whatever, flag football, mahjong,
You can go out for coffee.
Zumba dancing, anything. That's really not the element that brings the healing. It's the connection with another person.
But you got to be willing to
That's like a mantra, really.
right.
The connection
And you
is
have to
the
be willing to
key.
jump out of your comfort zone too.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have to accept that little challenge. Like I love challenges.
Mm-hmm.
So I will jump out of my comfort zone. And you know what? When you do it once, it comes a little bit easier. And like you said, and then you're starting to connect with others, and you feel like you're beginning to feel whole again.
Yeah. Well, you're not alone.
Right,
you know,
absolutely.
We're not
Right.
walking through
Right.
this
And
life
sometimes
alone.
you need help to get you through the day and whatever is working for you. Your ideas. I can try my ideas, you can try and help us
from each
get
other.
through the day. You know, so that helps a lot too.
Like Fern was talking about earlier, about volunteering, sort of what Nancy's saying. You're
Yeah.
getting out of yourself
Right.
by doing for others.
Right.
It gives you that feeling of reward. And I know the research shows that that gives you that little dose of dopamine that makes you
Right.
feel like, I did something useful today and
Right.
I can now move on to the next.
Right.
What's waiting for us next. And there's no denying that there are going to be people that don't want to get out of their comfort zone. There are going to be people
Right.
that say, you know, I'm comfortable in my blues. Let's try and experiment this year. Let's try. It's 2026. It's a new year. January is a
Yeah.
good time to experiment with new things and see what's out there. What I really enjoy is that when you come to the Alliance meeting, everybody is so welcoming to each other. Everybody
Yes.
feels comfortable, right? Everybody always introduces themselves to each other. I mean, we say it's a networking event, but it really is. I mean, sometimes if you go to some of these networking organizations, no one talks to each other. They're afraid of each other. They're afraid, someone's going to be looking at me the wrong way. No one's looking at you. No one's looking at you. They're worried about
Right.
themselves.
Exactly.
they're
And
worried
they're
about themselves.
they're there to learn more about
Yeah.
other things that is going on.
Yeah. And we find that when we get together at our meetings. And
Right.
then someone will always jump in with some kind of new information that we haven't heard before, and then we all
And
benefit.
it's gonna
And
right.
somebody always brings something new to the plate, to the game, to the
Yeah.
a different perspective. So it's
Well, sort of like the SAM report you read earlier today, the smart approaches to marijuana, talking about, some of the things we have to rethink now that, okay, so now it's been legal and we have some ideas out there of what's going on and the importance of keeping it away from children, the importance of making
That's-
sure
yes.
the strength of what you're buying. Let's be smart about it. It's legal now, so it's not something we're going to say, don't use it. We're going to say, be smart about what you're using and what you're buying and make sure where you're buying it. And some of the information having to do with prevention that eluded the smoking industry for so long. They went for so many years thinking that smoking was such a healthy activity, and it was too late once people were addicted to the nicotine. And now we're facing the same thing with marijuana. We want to make sure that people are just being smart about it. That's a great name that they have, Sam. Smart approaches to marijuana. It's not telling people to ignore, to stay away from it, to hide from it.
or
pay
just say
attention.
no. The old
Yeah.
slogan that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts about beating the blues?
Watching your grandkids enjoy
Oh,
enjoy
yeah.
life, right? That
Right.
keeps you going. They keep you going.
I don't know. I
kids.
think another important, focus that I try in my own life is like, you know what? January comes around every year. Okay. So yeah, get through the winter, spring is coming. But I mean, not to be negative, but that winter is going to be coming around again. So you kind of take it in little doses, like, okay, it's January. All right, now look at it. Now we're at the end of January, and every day there's a few more minutes of light.
Right.
So those few minutes
Right.
of light
That's what we-
represent hope.
Yes.
So there's
Yes.
always something to hope for.
Exactly.
Yes.
So that kind of helps me a lot. Like, oh look, we're out of the woods. We're out of the woods.
Getting
That
close.
song.
I think it's
Yeah.
only a few more weeks before we change
Yeah.
the clocks again.
And you know what? That brings me to spring.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
Well,
new
that's-
beginnings.
Yes.
When you see life coming from the ground, that's all new beginnings. So
Yes.
you can start.
Yes.
That's my favorite time of the
Yes.
year.
Yeah.
I love it. Spring. Oh,
Yeah.
So
my
it's kind of
favorite time.
like, oh, this too shall pass. So looking, through winter, the darkness, but then spring is around the corner.
and what's good
and-
too is that you think, okay, January, it's cold. Okay, let's figure out what we can do. Let's go bowling. Let's go, here. Let's go there. and do stuff instead of staying home all day,
Yeah.
you know, and go out and have a great day.
Again, like you said, get out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
But that's a good point that you made to say, always look to the future, always
Right.
look
Yeah.
for what can I look forward to?
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
And that
'cause
means
it-
a lot when you're feeling
It
down
fosters
in
hope.
January.
That's what you
Looking
need,
towards
it's the
that.
hope. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't wanna look back.
No,
Always moving forward, yeah.
Well, I guess it's okay to look back and.
Well, it might teach you
yeah,
something.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
learn from it, but looking forward is the hopeful,
Let's hope, new beginnings.
yeah,
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
nice.
that'll be great, yeah.
Well, with that in our minds, let's plan for new beginnings and
Yes.
Hope.
get
Yes,
ready for
yeah.
spring coming up next time. We'll get together in another month. Thanks,
Yes.
ladies. Thanks for
You're
making time for us
welcome.
today.
Thank you.
You're welcome,
Welcome.
thank you.
I'm gonna
Take care.
just hit that button.
Take care.